Hello everyone and welcome to the MJog Patient Engagement Essentials Power Up session. Today we're going to fly through this, and today we have James Borden, our Chief Product Officer, and myself, Matt Freestone, newly joined Marketing Manager for MJog. So what are you going to learn today in these 15 minutes? Over the last 6 to 12 months, MJog's really changed, and what you're going to learn in these 15 minutes is that you're going to be able to increase patient engagement through self-care. And we're going to show you off Patient Health Monitor, which is a remote patient self-care solution. It enables patients to really give easy feedback to you. So whether that's blood results, asthma results, or anything like that, it's super easy for patients and clinicians as well. You'll also learn about Desktop GP and how that can enable automation for GPs with video and attachments. And at the end, you'll be able to take away valuable best practices on segment length and saving NHS money through shorter messages. I'm going to hand over to James now for an overview of Patient Health Monitor.
So thanks, Matt, and thanks everyone for attending today. I'm going to take you through MJog Desktop GP. So this is our extension to MJog Premium that allows you to easily send messages from within EMIS directly to the currently selected patient. This is perfect for things like quick message, file attachments, requesting condition readings, or starting video consultations. It's really important to remember that all of this works equally well for standard text messages or for our smart app-based messaging. These are rich messages that go to our MJog Messenger app for Android and Apple devices. MJog automatically knows whether to send a text or a smart message because it knows who has already registered for smart. So that's taken care of completely automatically. So here we've got a couple of examples. Obviously we have a text message on the left and a smart message on the right. Obviously they look very different, but they achieve the same thing, which in this case is to direct the patient to a video consultation. So everything you're going to see will work equally from text or smart messages. So I'm really excited today because we've got so many things to show you. I'm going to take you through a journey of video consultations, quick message, file attachments, smart monitor and patient health monitor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start by setting the scene a little. So we have a patient, Mark Smith, who's got a video consultation today. Yesterday, Mark received an automated reminder, so he's aware he's got a consultation today and that the clinician will give him a call. So let's switch over to EMIS, and here we can see EMIS, and we've got Desktop GP running at the top of EMIS there. The clinician has already selected Mark Smith, the patient, so all they need to do is click on the quick video icon at the top. This is going to start the video consultation invitation to Mark Smith. And what we can do with this is we can apply a read code and a comment. So this can be coded back to the patient's record automatically. So we haven't got one set at the moment, so we're just going to search for a SNOMED code. And then we're going to apply a comment, and that can be saved so that it's applied automatically and you don't need to do this each time. So we'll put our comment in. We're going to send our invitation, and that's going to be coded back to the patient's record automatically. When we send that invite, two things are going to happen. The first is we're going to send the message to the patient's mobile phone with a link to join the consultation. We're also going to send a message to the clinician's mobile phone so that if they wanted, they can join via their mobile phone. We still come across a lot of practices that don't have the necessary hardware attached to their computers to do video consultations. So in some cases, they may choose to use their mobile phone. However, if they want, they can of course use the browser, and we can use the start consultation button at the top there, and that will start via their browser. So what happens when both parties click on the links included in the message? Well, they both enter the virtual waiting room. Quite simply, this is a holding area waiting for both parties to be ready. And as soon as the patient has entered, the clinician is notified and they can click the green button on the left-hand side, which will drop both parties into the video consultation. And in this example, obviously, they're both joined via their mobile phones. But as mentioned, of course, the clinician can join via their desktop computer if they have the necessary hardware. And here we can see what happens if they were to use the Start Consultation button. So at the moment, we can see the patient hasn't yet arrived. But as soon as they do, the clinician's notified and they can admit the patient and both will be dropped into the video consultation. So during the consultation, the clinicians determine they want to monitor the patient's blood pressure. The first thing they want to do is to send some information to the patient about controlling their blood pressure. And we can do this really easily while still in the consultation by clicking on follow-up message. From here, we can drop down and we can select a template that we've already created called blood pressure initial information. And we'll just take a quick look at that. And what we can do with this is we can drop on an NHS leaflet, a PDF guide on controlling your blood pressure. Again, this can all be coded back to the patient's record. And we can just take a little look at how that message is going to appear on the patient's mobile phone. There we can see. We're happy with that, so we're going to send that message. And that's all while still on the consultation. So now the clinician wants to finish the consultation. So what we can do is we can either mark the consultation as complete, i.e. having taken place, or incomplete. In this case, we're going to mark it as complete. We're going to apply a SNOMED code and a comment, and we click on mark, and that's going to write that back to the patient's record in EMIS. So the next thing the clinician wants to do is to ask the patient to record their blood pressure readings over the next few weeks. And that's really easily done using sequences within MJog. So sequences are predefined series of messages that are sent at various times automatically. So let's take a look at how we do that. So let's go back to EMIS. We click on Quick Message. And this time we can select the Sequences button. And this will allow us to select from a drop-down list of sequences that we've already created. So here we're going to select the BP reading request. And what we can see here is we've got a series of 4 messages. The first to go immediately, just take a quick look at that one. Again, these will be coded automatically. And then after 7 days, we're going to send one, then a further 7 days, and then a final one after the next 7 days. So basically, we will send this and they will automatically go at those predefined times. So we're happy with that. We can click on Send Message, and that will start the sequence. And then we get a summary of what's going to happen, when those are going to go, which we can see there. So now let's take a look at this from the patient's perspective. What is it that the patient's actually going to see? The first thing they're going to see is a notification on their phone. They'll tap on that notification and that will take them into MJog Messenger, and they can then go into their inbox where they can view their 2 unread messages. So here we can see the first one is the one about controlling the blood pressure, the one with file attachment. So let's take a look at that. And we can tap here to view the attachment. What that's going to do is load that directly onto the patient's mobile phone. So there they've got the full PDF on their phone. Now I know what some of you are thinking. I hope the patient has got great eyesight. Let's face it, not all PDFs are the same, and therefore some are going to be easier to view on phones than others. That's okay, because we've got a fantastic solution for this. From the phone, the patient can click on Send to your PC. They can then go to their web browser on their desktop computer and type in the address, and then all they have to do is scan the QR code, and that will magically load the PDF onto their desktop computer's browser. They've then got the full PDF there, which in this case is going to be much easier to read. So what about actually submitting the blood pressure results? And as mentioned, this can be done equally from a text message or a smart message. Either of them will take you to our smart monitor application. So if we take a look at this, we're going to look at the link from the smart message. So we're going to tap here to add your result. This will take them into the blood pressure smart monitor application, where they can enter their systolic and diastolic blood pressure results. They can then check and confirm they're happy and submit those readings. They can, of course, go back and view the readings that they have previously submitted, but those will also be submitted to the practice, to Patient Health Monitor running within the practice. So how do people know that a new result has been received? So within Patient Health Monitor, this can be configured to send messages to clinicians within the practice, either by text, email or smart. And here we can see a couple of examples for smart and text notifications. So what the clinicians will do next is they'll go into MJog and they'll go into the Patient Health Monitor to view those results. So from here we can go into Health Monitor. And here we can see the results that have been submitted by Mark Smith and anyone else. We've got the last couple from Mark Smith there. So we can click on those and then we can view a graphical and a tablet view of the results that they have submitted. Now, of course, you may not just want to see the results in MJog. So as with many other things, the results can be automatically read-coded back to the patient's record within EMIS. So let's take a look at those results in EMIS. So we've got the right patient selected. So if we go to care history, and there we can see the systolic and diastolic results that have been coded automatically by MJog into EMIS. So what can this be used for? We've looked at blood pressure. It can also be used for COPD, diabetes, asthma, weight control, alcohol, and many, many other conditions. Thank you very much. I'll now hand back to Matt.
Matt, you're just on mute at the moment.
That was very silly of me. There we go. I'm now off mute, and apologies for that rookie error. The takeaways that many of you have found already, the patient engagement guide, we go into depth about how you can save the NHS money, as well as how you can engage better with your patients, not just using MJog, using other tools as well. So that's really worth a read. And our MJog Top Tips is really designed for beginners and has been crafted with the help of our support team to help you solve common issues or common setup problems that some people have. And it's a really quick one-pager to read. So to download those, head to mjog.info/emislive. The link is in the on the chat on the side there as well. And any other takeaways, you can join us at our Facebook group and ask us any questions you like there. We'll be hovering there for this afternoon. So any questions you do have, just shoot them over on there, and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you very much.